Oh boy, Bitcoin is about to go down. What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro. Yay! And today we need to break down this Bitcoin action because it is about to take a nosedive. Now, of course, before we get started, let me warn you and remind you that this is not to be taken as financial advice. Anything I say in this video can cause you serious financial distress where you could lose your buns. So just use common sense, guys. Be smart about it and never risk more than you are willing to lose. All right, let's just look at this chart. Wow. It's been what, a week since I came back at you as we were crawling back up, and I was talking about this series of lower highs. We started out right here. We bumped back up to this lower high. We bumped back up to this lower high. And what do we have today? It's the fourth lower high in a row, combined by an indication that we're going to have another cycle down and that this downward trending trading channel is still intact. Now, what are the clues? Number one, a full crossover right here of the stochastic. You see the blue line rounding up and taking a nosedive, crossing the orange line, which is the slow line. We see on the histogram, the bars have gone from solid red to light red, and the lagging oscillators are telling us that this blue line is going to probably come on and cross over that orange line. So on this one-day chart, we can clearly see it, that we are still in that downtrend, that we're probably going to head back down south towards the red dash line, or worst case scenario, we could come all the way down to this descending blue line. So which one is it going to be? Well, let's just look at all the evidence in the other charts, and then we'll have an idea. On the 1 hour chart, it's looking kind of weak. We've got the fast line. The stochastic cycle is trying to come up a little bit, but we see in general a downward trend. Look at this peak here, lower peak, lower peak, lower peak. So overall, the stochastic trend is downward, all right? And then looking here at the MACD oscillators, it's the same thing. You got a steady downward trend, and we're just coiling up where the peaks and the valleys are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, okay? And when you have a coiling like that, it's preparing for a major breakout. Now, let's see what the 4 hour chart has to say. And this one's not as bad, even though, well, the only good news is on this 4 hour chart is that we are already down near the bottom here on the stochastic, where we have just poked through the 80 or the 20 line, where we're entering into the oversold zone. But look at the lagging MAC oscillators. They are solidly bearish. And once again, the only good thing is we've changed from solid red to light red, but this is probably going to go back solid before this cycle is done. So notice that we had the cycle going generally upward here all the way to this peak right there. And now we had this big fall off of the cliff. So the 4 hour chart is looking moderately bearish, and this trend is still intact. Okay, so what I'm thinking is going to happen is that we'll jump back down to the red dash line or down to the descending blue line. But it's not going to last that long, and I don't think it'll be that bad. Why? It's because of the 1 week chart. We see here on the 1 week chart that although we're still going downward and we got a nice solid red candle, it does look like the trend will continue where we come down to the red dash line, just like it looked like on the 1 day chart. But the only difference is we do have maybe a crossover about to happen right here. But as you can see, the previous 2 crossovers, well, they unfurled and we continued downward. So this impending crossover right there is not guaranteed to tell us that we're ready to move up and start the bull run. I think that we're probably having the possibility of this trend to go all the way down to this 20 line. We might not break into oversold zone because we haven't done that since the bottom of the bear market. Back here, we were in the oversold zone below the 20 line. Do you see that? But here, we bounced off of it and we moved up. So here, I'm expecting that we could come down, hit this 20 line, and then at that point, it's probably going to be time for the bull run. How long will it take? It might be the rest of September. October in history is generally a good month, and that's where things start to solidify and the upward trend starts to happen. So once price gets done here and we check down at the bottom, wherever that bottom might be, maybe at the red dash line at 52K, and we've talked about 52K for months. After that, we should see action happening like this for the whole next year, where we're going to have ourselves a bullish market and a bull run. So that's what I'm seeing in the charts right now. I will have more reports on Ethereum, Solana, the meme coins, and my altcoins, but we'll leave the focus for this video on Bitcoin. I want to know your thoughts. Do you think we're going to drop down to 52K? Or do you think there's a possibility that we could go lower? For now, I'm going to bet you that 52K, even if we go, that low, is going to be it. We might not even go down to 52K. But that's what I think is the most realistic and the highest probability for the action that we'll have in the near future. So that is about all I've got for this one, but I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Pro channel. Post your comments in the link below, and if you would like to help support the channel, you may do so with the giving of a super thanks. And let me know if you want a live stream. Also, let me know what your picks are for the top 100 altcoins of what you would like to see some TA on, and I might pick your coin. That's about all I've got for now. This is Carlton, and I am out.